I'm driving down the highway, and it's something like July. My birthday's in September, and I'm 29 years old. And I have this epiphany, oh my God, I'm going to turn 30, and I don't know how to fly an airplane. My name is Igor Sikorsky, and with my wife Karen, we own and operate the Bradford Camps in northern Maine. It's a traditional hunting and fishing lodge from 1890, and we run it in that traditional way. Karen and I met out of college, and we have always together enjoyed the outdoors. But the real genesis of the idea of owning a sporting camp for me was the fact that I lived and worked summers at another sporting camp in Maine, and it just got stuck into my soul. I am the grandson of Igor Sikorsky, who is the progenitor of the helicopter. He was an amazing individual. He was a gentle genius. He built the world's first enclosed cockpit, the world's first multi-engined aircraft. He built the largest ocean-going airplanes for a number of years. And on top of all those achievements, at 50 years old, he decided to solve the helicopter problem. He was not driven by a financial need. He was driven by a personal desire to succeed in this career that got a hold of his soul at an early age. I am connecting or channeling my grandfather when I am flying up here. It was about the mid-1950s or 60s where reports were coming in to the fisheries department in Maine about these strange fish. They finally were identified as a separate species. It's called a blueback trout, or an Arctic char, or a landlocked Arctic char, and that's really what they are. They're marginally successful because they're way on the southern end of their survival range. There's very few waters that have them, and they're all in Maine. And one of the prime ponds in Maine that holds healthy populations of them, we have a cabin on. It's a fly-in only pond. And it was about the late 80s when someone discovered that an additional species was introduced into this small pond. It's a 90-acre pond, and somehow smelt had been introduced. The smelt took hold, and they became the dominant species, and the brook trout and the blueback trout that are in the pond nosedived over the course of the next 6 or 8 years to near zero. The most extravagant solution, the most expensive solution, and the most genetically pure solution was picked. And that was to extract as many blueback as we could out of the pond and extract as many natural native-born brook trout, and then kill the pond with a chemical called rotenone, and something that they use regularly as a pesticide, and then hatch all of those trapped fish in private captivity and release them back into the pond. So you'd end up with this pure, original genetic strain of what came from the pond back in the pond. I've fished ever since I was 6 years old. And I've gone through all the stages of not knowing how to fish and wishing I could catch a fish to I can catch a bunch of fish. And now I really am happy with a paddle on the lake and just look around and just being on the water. And somehow that feeling taps into those fish still being down there, whether you can catch them or not. They're really hard to catch. I mean, they're like 25 feet below the surface. They don't come up, and this is a fly casting only pond. You know, your arm can fall off if all you want to do is catch a blueback trout. As much as everybody likes to quantify how their day was, you know, I caught 4, I caught 6, and 18 inches, and blah, 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 but, you know, the experience is really what people remember.